Alexander Whispered in My Ear is the title. I think every warm-blooded man from Macedonia holds up Alexander the Great on a pedestal, something like our own unique and distinct idol from all the Greek mythology that goes with Zeus on down. However, Alexander's story is pure historical fact. Even though we're fiercely Orthodox Christians, Macedonians worship his memory in a way that's hard to describe. He's immortal. I read most books about Alexander published over the years and up until right now. So I think I have captured in my mind the characteristics that made him who he was and allowed him to conquer most of the known world, even with vastly inferior numbers on the battlefield. He was fiercely confident he could overcome any challenge. He led his troops into battle, not hanging back like other generals. He invoked loyalty and devotion from the lowest foot soldier to his cavalry generals. He was a relentless fighter who always knew how to strike the enemy at the most vulnerable spot of his front lines. He was both merciless and merciful. He was patient, but never let that get in the way of tactics and strategy. He was a voracious student of science, literature, horsemanship, any source of knowledge he could find. These are attributes or what I remember when he whispers in my ear every time I waver in strength or concentration, even today. I heard his quiet voice over my shoulder when I traveled by myself from the old country to America as a little boy. His words were hanging in the wind on the playgrounds and fields of Girard and Youngstown. His booming encouragement was very ever present for me during my time in the South Pacific. Sure, I prayed to my Savior Jesus Christ for protection and salvation on those miserable islands of the South Pacific, but it was Alexander who I could hear talking to me as we prepared for an assault. On the football fields when I played for Ohio State, I remember his inspiration in going for the American dream and taking a risk to join David's company when I had a career job in front of me. I took his advice about taking risks, but calculating them carefully. Whenever I felt like hanging my head about troubles in the early years selling gloves and safety equipment, I somehow get a vision of him not giving up no matter the odds. I would remember that at Issus, Alexander broke Darius's army when the Persians had over 1 million men at the battlefield and the Macedonians only about 50,000. The battle was over in less than an hour. That's why I stop at this point of telling my life story. I need to acknowledge the effects of his remarkable accomplishments on me personally and summarize what I know to be true about his personality and what it meant to me during this journey of mine. He's a major reason for why I say it's been and still is a wonderful run at life.